Hey everybody, this is Mark's Home Hobbies. How's everybody doing this morning? Well, it's about 5 degrees below zero here, so we're doing some inside hobby stuff today. Yeah, and this is the track fully set up here. This is what it looks like. Not endorsed or sponsored by the makers of the track or any of the cars or batteries or anything like that. So it's just something I bought just to have fun with. Part of the hobby, I guess. And it's set up on my racetrack board here. I run a lot of different cars out on this track here, but these are the ones that I'm going to be running today, and that's what they look like when they're fully together. And then when you race them and you crash them, then they come apart in a couple pieces like that. And I just wanted to show everybody kind of what they look like there when they come apart. And you see it has a little like a roll cage in there, and this is basically a motor and a small battery and a few wheels on there, and it just runs around the track and you have no control over it whatsoever. But you know what, it's kind of cool. I kind of like it because you really don't have to do anything, and there could be a winner, there could be a loser, somebody could fly off the track. I haven't got all the barriers up around the edges there yet. They do give you barriers that clip on. I'm just got the boxes up there because that's where the cars seem to fly off the most, along with down here, which is kind of dangerous because they can fly right off the table. But I don't think anything's going to be damaged if they do, because there's not really much in the way of parts there to break. So yeah, and then just for comparison, this is one of the Hot Wheels Adventure Series miniature RC cars. I don't know if it's 1/64th scale. It might be. This is the controller for it here too. It also charges the car too. There's a little port up here. It takes a couple of AAA batteries in there, which I don't have them in there yet because otherwise they drain. The radio just sits there on. There's no switch. Yeah, and these two, they take AAA batteries, 3 in each one. Right there. So one of these is, this one's got the batteries in it. One of them's they're going to be converted over to a USB power supply, so I can just plug it into my power strip over there, and then I can charge the cars whenever I want, plus use it for other things too. So anyway, that's going to happen. I have to modify those. I'll show you how I did it. I'll do a video on it in case you have one of these Far Out Toys tracks here, Crash Circuit Team NASCAR. I'm really wondering if they're really licensed by them. It seems like they are. I mean, they couldn't put the little trademark on their symbol if they weren't. I guess. I don't know. I don't know how all that works these days, but all I know is it's a very cool little track. And I guess if you had those Hot Wheels Sizzler cars from back in the day, the rechargeable Hot Wheels cars, you could probably run those out on here too on this track. It probably would work just fine. I would be curious to see if they would. I don't have any, and from what I can see on eBay, everybody really wants a pretty penny for them, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that. But Johnny Lightning, they do have a car that's it's called Playing Mantis, and they call them Sizzlers actually too. I don't know how they got away with that one, but I guess Mattel Toys was too busy to sue them or whatever. It was too late, or they weren't interested in Sizzlers anymore, and Johnny Lightning was. So by golly, they have them too, and they have some pretty attractive prices. I think you can get a couple cars for about $20 off of eBay. So I may just go ahead and purchase a couple of those cars and one of those little gas pump things to recharge them up, just so I can have some different cars to run around on here besides the same old ones, because until I paint these a different color, then you put the 4 cars out on the track, you're not going to know who's in first place. They're all 2 of the same. They should make more varieties of cars, but of colors anyways, because you could put 4 cars out on the track, which would be really fun. But in order to put the 4 cars on the track, you would have to charge them all 4 at the same time, which involves holding the car down with your hand on the top of this charger, and the back wheels rev up as it gets charged, and then when it's revved up, you place it on the track and you race. So there's no real way to have an official start where everybody gets the same chance to start. You're going to have to just all hold your cars and drop them all at once. So I have to figure out a method of putting the cars on a stick or something, or a piece of some kind of plastic, and then when I drop it I can pull it out real fast, and then that way all 4 cars will start at the same time, or some kind of device that holds all 4 cars up on the rear ends at the same time, and then I can tip it forward and pull it up and get them to start that way. So we'll see. I'll have to devise something to do that. But yeah, and I'll make some scenery for the background, and I'll do a little bit of adjustments to everything to make it more of a normal track. I also want to try the Turbo Racing C64s and the C75 on this track here, and see what it can do. And I've got a couple of those, so I could always race those too. And those are 2.4 gigahertz remote control. And there's other sets like this by other manufacturers that have the 2.4 gigahertz remote control cars, and there's no steering on those cars, just only speed control. So that should work out good. I can arrange that, and I can just use the trigger on my remote control. And I noticed that on the bottom of these cars too, if you look, I don't know if you can see, but and the front wheels are slick and the back wheels have rubber. So yeah, you need that little bit of slickness so they'll slide around on the track. So if you want to run other cars on there, they're going to have those same dynamics. And also, this car is pretty heavy in the back. It's pretty light in the front and heavy in the back. So probably need to maintain that power to weight ratio too. I'll show more of it when I get the cars up running, but just getting it all set up right now, and I'll mount the camera, and then I'll bring you guys back and show you some real racing. Stay tuned. Yeah, so upon trying to assemble the track here, you can see I'm putting together a track. I found that I needed to manufacture a couple of pieces out of some plastic, so I improvised my own connectors there to join these 2 pieces of straight track together here, and then those go between these 2 curves here. Yep, there it is. All complete, ready to race. I'm just charging up one of these little RC cars here, and I've already ran it one time, and it's kind of a dud on this track. Actually, it's not very fast, and these bank turns are so steep that if your car doesn't build up a lot of speed, you just fall right off. So you got to have a fast car, and you got to go full speed. And the track went together. I mean, I don't think it's supposed to go together like this, but I took 2 sets, and I added the extra straightaways from the one, and I'm able to get this set out of it, which is bigger than the first set, and gives you a little bit of passing space here and there, and a little bit more action on the throttle and things like that. When you just got 2 turns, it's kind of wham 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 every 2 seconds you're hitting the gas. And so this way it kind of gives you a little bit of a varied feel to the race course there. So I didn't end up putting any tape on there because the joints are pretty secure, but I think I just might, and I just might do that before I go whole hog racing on it with these bigger cars, because these are a little heavier, and they're probably faster. If they've got those bank turns up like that, these cars are probably a good deal faster than these little Hot Wheels RC cars here that you can get for $10 at Walmart's. So anyhow, yeah, and I may even could modify that Walmart RC car just by adding another internal battery, so to speak, supercapacitor. They have these little small ones, and if you take apart certain devices, little vaporizers and things like that, sometimes you can find one that's a little bit of a higher voltage. And I have some that instead of being 3 volts, I think they're 3.2 volts or 3.3 volts or something, just slightly different than a lithium-ion battery, and they're smaller. But I think I have a couple of those. As a matter of fact, I might even have a small lithium-ion battery that would be small enough to even go in one of those little cars, which are very tiny. I know for a fact would go in that car there. Yeah. So we may have to do that. We may have to convert one of these over to RC. And if not both of them. Yeah, we might have to take the guts out of another car and just hook our own motors up to it and steering and all that. You know, take the chassis out and just modify the chassis a little bit, lengthen it or shorten the body a little bit or something, make a new body for it. And yeah, utilize that propulsion system in there somehow. I don't know. You tell me. Leave a comment. You want me to do something in particular? I'm going to race. Hopefully, I'm going to have an AI car pretty soon here to race against me. And you'll see that too, for sure, if you subscribe. And yeah, comment too if you want to see that. I'd like to see it myself. So I'm charging up this little Corvette over here, and it says it only takes 5 minutes to charge, but it's been on there 5 minutes. So must have been pretty dead from sitting down in the basement all this time, waiting for somebody to come play with it. Oh yeah, you can see it makes a kind of a nice little track. Yeah, it's like a mini Michigan International Speedway kind of. Got two big, huge bank turns and a long straight and a little tiny little turn over there, and a bunch of barrels for you to run into. And like I said, these cars do fly apart, so you'll probably see some of that action too. As soon as I get it charged up, I'll bring you back and show you what I'm talking about. Stay tuned. All right, let's get ready and race. Mark, get set, go. We can get some laps in here. There we go. The green seems like he's going to pass. Well, that was it for the Far Out Toys Team NASCAR short circuit crash circuit toy set, racing set. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, it's kind of fun. I think I'm going to try out some of my other cars on there, so stay tuned for other videos. Maybe I'll add it to this video. Who knows? So anyway, thanks for watching. It's Mark with Mark's Home Hobbies. Have a great day. Thanks for subscribing. Tell your friends. We'll see you in the next one.